Good evening, chat. We begin much earlier than usual tonight. There's a pretty hellacious storm, although it does seem to be dying off a little bit now. But when I called it to start the stream early, it was thundering and lightning, and it was crazy outside, and the rain was coming down in buckets, and I was like, oh, well, crap. If the storm gets much worse, I might lose power. So I wanted to get as much of a stream as I could in tonight, as well as get work done. I have been working on this since I woke up this morning. We are still actively on the game here, as you can see. This configuration continues to get longer, and I am very happy with that. It's very cool because I could change every statistic about the game in one place now. How often you're allowed to throw grenades and bazookas, how often the enemy can attack, how often how fast the enemy moves, everything is all in one place. It's very cool. I thought you were going to take a nap, sweetie. Are you not able to sleep? Or did the child wake you up?
What child?
Any of them?
No. Or Thunder.
Yeah.
So I came down here. Because I know your problems with lightning.
Yes.
And my mother fucking called me. So
Oh. Oh. I'm sorry. I started streaming early, as I was just explaining to chat, because I was concerned about the storm potentially cutting out power. So I wanted to get as much work done as I possibly could, as well as get a stream in. But it does seem to be dying off a little bit, so. Yep. Anyway, so I found a bug in the game. It's still there. I've been working on it a little bit. If you didn't see the video in Discord, go watch the video in Discord. That was very fucking funny. See, now it should have 15 health. Now it should have 10 health. Now it should have 5 health. And that works. That's fine. Okay. But if I run the game in 2-player mode, it's appropriate health, appropriate health, appropriate health. That one died. Oh, now it's working. Whatever I did fixed it. Okay, good. I'm not entirely sure how I fixed it, but it's got something to do with this code right here. Very cool. Sweet. All right, so that fixes tanks. Now I have to update Jeeps to do the same thing. So we're going to get enemy Jeep. And I really should just have to write a function for take damage so that everything works correctly. So if I say function take damage, right, and we take an argument of damage so we know how much we're taking. And I'm actually going to copy it right from the tank code because it will work almost identically. The only thing is now I have to change. We're going to delete that. We're going to change health to HP. And make sure I didn't do any checks against health other than here. Okay. And then step. Step looks good. All right. This should technically work. Let me go over to here. We're going to move the... We need to make this bigger. Like a lot bigger. Okay. Let's go into the room code. We're going to set the height to... we're going to double this. So what's 768 times 2? 1536. Okay. Now we're going to move the spawner down. Let's go into the background. Select the background tile, fill. Now we go into the collide tiles, back into the pencil, and we're actually gonna delete this pencil. My child managing to fall up a flight of stairs. She's her father's kid, for sure. Oh, okay, apparently there's hotkeys attached to this. So we're just building a quick arena, basically. I mean, this isn't specifically necessary, but it makes testing at least interesting. Okay. Okay, this is the spawner for the player, right here. I'm going to enemy layer, and I'm going to go to the Jeep spawner, the horizontal spawner. That way. Now the concept of the spawners, if you were here last night, you know that the spawners create the enemies based on the difficulty level of the game. So in 2-player, it actually makes two enemies. Okay. Turret. Oh, right. I'm dumb. I forgot to delete that code. Okay. So we'll go back into the Jeep code. Yeah, there is no turret. This doesn't exist here. So that'll fix that. Now, Jeeps only have 5 health, which means a single grenade will kill them. Or 5 bullet shots. Or not. Alright, bullets seem to not work. Okay, but that worked fine. And it's probably because of the way bullets work. Because again, I changed the whole way everything takes damage. So we're going to projectiles, bullets, right? But also not this. Yeah, okay, there's special code for the base class, for the enemy base class. Hello, hello. Emo giraffe.
I was standing behind you when we talked.
Oh. Very funny. From Egypt. That's awesome. That's very cool. Egypt. What fucking time is it over there? It's gonna be late as shit. Well, it's like what, GMT +1 or +2 or something? It's gonna be like midnight over there. I'm working on my game. I'm making a game called Rescue. It is an action arcade shooter in the likeness of the Nintendo game Jackal. It was released by Konami, and I believe 1993. Hold on, I actually have an info thing about it right here. 1986, my mistake. +3. So it's currently 1 o'clock in the morning over there, and you are okay, almost 1 o'clock in the morning. Jeez, that's fucking awesome. Now I forgot what I was doing. I got distracted and astounded by the fact that I have an Egyptian viewer. This is very cool. Very cool. I have to edit the base class of enemies right in here. Yeah, this is where the, yep. Okay, so we're just going to change this to HP. And we're going to add an event create just to make sure that HP always exists. Though it shouldn't be a problem. We'll test it in one player for now. No, you're fine, man. You're fine. It's not your fault. I'm very blonde, and I have severe, like, ADD. I distract easily. All right, bullets don't work. Okay. Why? Show debug message. Wait, what? Why is nothing working? Because you can't edit this here. That's why. I have to go to the base class and do it. Show debug message string HP. And we'll see why this isn't working. So Jackal is a game that I grew up playing. Oh, okay, no, it is working. It's just not doing the right thing when its health is low. Okay, so Jeep, we go to step code. No. Create, yeah, step. Step. So we just say, oop, crap. Every frame we'll just say if HP less than or equal to 0, oh, no, I'm dumb. I'm so dumb. This is what happens when you program, right? You realize that you're either a genius or an idiot at every given moment of the day. All right, so instead of saying just instead of using this, we're gonna say take damage, other damage, and that should fix it. Because the take damage method in each of the enemy classes will actually handle the death animations. Or it'll crash the game. We'll see. Because I wrote it in a base class, and this doesn't always do polymorphics really good. It worked. Okay. Now there should be a tank a little further up here. Nice. Ugh. The engine is called Game Maker. And I'm going to be real with you. When I first heard about Game Maker, I thought, wow, that sounds like an absolute piece of shit. Right? So if I go into my Steam, Game Maker is actually something you can get on Steam, or you don't have to get it via Steam. You can actually download this from their website too. When I first looked at Game Maker, I was like, that looks like a piece of shit. It looks like something that somebody just marketed that quote unquote makes games and does a really shitty job of it. Oh, like a fucking ads. Hold on. that's very full, sweetie. What's that?
Daylight saving time in Egypt?
There's daylight saving time almost completely around the world. There's only a few places that don't use it. Yeah. Evansville. Evansville, Indiana does not observe daylight saving time, so half of the year they're an hour different from the rest of the state. Yeah, they don't change their clocks there. It's very cool.
I have a problem.
What's that?
I have stuff stuck in my stitches in the back.
Shit. Use the mouthwash.
I'm not supposed to use the mouthwash because it's too harsh.
We gotta dissolve the stitches faster because it's got alcohol in it.
And it's like, oh, you can brush your teeth. Those toothbrushes I fucking bought are medium.
Oh.
Soft. They hurt already.
Yeah. Yeah. You should actually use medium toothbrushes though on your teeth. Your situation's a little bit different. All right, we're back from ads. All right, hey, redundant. All right, so as I was trying to explain there, Emo Giraffe, I thought that Game Maker was just a stupid tool marketed to do a thing, but probably didn't do anything all that well. This thing is incredibly powerful. Like, I have been thoroughly impressed with the amount I've been able to do with this thing. Actually, a med student. I'll tell you what, dude, as a med student, learning at least a basic understanding of programming can actually benefit you a lot. A lot of medical equipment runs on like QNX Linux. And the ability to write C or COBOL or Haskell or even Go can actually be a gigantic benefit with working with those machines when they are doing something you don't expect them to, or when you want them to do something they may not have been designed for. Or at the very least, he can help you automate parts of your job, which can be a good thing. Oh, you use Mint Linux? What is that? Is that a Debian build? I think it's Debian. What's that, honey?
A tree is on a house with the roof collapsed. People are trapped in there and a patient has a head injury.
Oh, shit.
I wanted to see where it was because it's the address. I know this runs through near where my sister lives. I tried to make sure it wasn't her house.
Oh. Okay, if it's Ubuntu based, then it's Debian. Debian is actually Ubuntu is actually based on Debian. My mic is, dude. There's a storm going on right now. There's probably a ton of electromagnetic interference.
No, it's the fan's blowing at it.
Or yeah, I also have a gigantic fan underneath my desk. Dude, it's 1,000 degrees. Like, I'm not even kidding you. It is ridiculously hot here. Of course, I say that, but we have a chat member that's in Egypt. I mean, I'm sure it's fucking a lot hotter there. It's only, yeah, okay.
I don't hear it.
Nancy's saying she doesn't hear it in my audio from the stream, so maybe it's you, dude.
It's the fan.
Is it?
When you're talking, it's picking up the sound of the fan.
My voice is echoing. That's what it is. My voice is bouncing off of shit, and my mic is picking up the billionth of a second echo, which is coming through the fan. Because, my voice has to be all of the bass and bounces off of everything. Whew. 40 degrees Celsius. Hang on, we're gonna convert that because I only speak in freedom units.
Oh, Jesus.
F2C. What? Fair. Okay, so if we set this to 40, 104. Jesus Christ! Oh God. Okay, it's like what, 90 or so outside. Let me see what my weather app says. Yeah, I know. We're terrible. It's my weather app says it's 76 degrees. I don't believe that. We're gonna go with 80 because I think 80 is more accurate. That's what I'm dealing with right now.
It's nothing.
Yeah, I know, but still, it's also very humid though. Like really, because it was just raining. So now it's 100% humidity. So the air is super sticky and gross. Yeah,
So at work,
yeah,
um, the nurses had a meeting uh, the other day, like last week,
yeah.
and part of their meeting, they are now doing everything in Celsius and like all metric units instead of our stuff.
You know, I resisted switching to metric for a long time because I wanted to be a prick. But honestly, metric is way easier to do math with because it works in base 10 like everything else that we
We're
do.
like the only country that doesn't use it.
We're not the only country. We're not.
It's because we think we're better than everyone.
Well, no, Canada doesn't really use metric either. Canada's mostly still imperial, but
The only country on the planet using your units other than the U.S. is Myanmar.
okay. So let's be real here. Let's actually talk about like measuring. Okay. Um. Oh, I didn't know you were Canadian, eh? Is that what you're about? Anyway, imperial units aren't terrible, right? They aren't. The thing is, they're just harder to do math with. But imperial units mostly exist because of fucking pirates. Not even kidding you. No bullshit. Pirates. Okay, so after the Americas, after 1776, we decided to kick the English out of here and make the world's largest cup of fucking tea in the Boston Harbor. Okay, we um Benjamin Franklin requested weights from the UK, a 1 kilogram weights. Okay, so that we would have something to utilize to build the system off of, so that our measurements would be the same as theirs. Okay, and actually, it might not have been Great Britain. It might have been France. I can't remember which. But we were supposed to receive 1 kilogram weights, and then we would have an accurate representation of what a kilogram was, and then we could weigh things appropriately. What happened was pirates came and robbed the fucking ship that was bringing the weights. And Ben Franklin was like, you know what? Fuck them. Don't care. And we went back to using imperial measure, which is a yard is the length of your arm. I saw you there. I was going to backhand you. Relax, wife. Okay. And this is how the Chinese measured a yard when they would sell cloth. They would take the cloth from the bolt and they would pull, and the length of their arm was a yard. Um, a foot was just that distance 3 times. So, or it was just 1/3 of that distance. That was, and we developed basically the imperial system almost in full. Almost in full. Some of the imperial system is leftovers from like feudal Europe, but that's what we ended up using, and we stuck to it because honestly, change is hard. Not gonna lie, change is difficult. Remember when you're talking post, especially now post industrial revolution, changing all of our tools to go from standard or imperial to metric is an expensive and difficult retooling process. So no, we didn't change because it was just no real reason to, right? If we're making stuff in America for Americans, use the American measure. Who gives a shit?
Because science.
Right. Now that we are moving more towards, scientific communities actually starting to get some weight and whatnot, it does make sense to switch to metric now because, again, metric is easier to do math with. It's easier for your brain to comprehend and to break down.
The nurses
Yeah.
where I work, because now they have to do like all of the stuff in metric.
Yeah.
They're not actually. They don't have anything set to measure it metrically.
So they have to do the conversions.
They have cheat sheets all over same day. of how many pounds is how many grams. It's
Yeah.
like, y'all have phones.
Yep. Google that shit. That's what I do. You're British?
Queen.
I'm not sorry. Not about that.
No.
About 1776.
What's that Rip Queen?
Yeah, no, the UK's imperial system is different, yeah. And like, I'm a carpenter, right? Before I ever got into programming, I'm a carpenter. So, like, I work in inches and feet and yards all the time, and it doesn't bother me. It's just I can eyeball distances and feet, and you wouldn't think I'd be able to for as blind as I am, but I do it. Hello, Nuka Tube Network. In my primary YouTube channel. Is it like a Nuka Cola reference? Is that what that is? Fallout fans, I see. Okay, this is not fair. I'm sweating so much. So this is a hand towel, or it's not. It's actually a dish towel, right? I have this folded up and sitting on my desk because my arms are sweating so badly that I'm sticking to my desk. Yeah, yeah. Look, Nuka Tube Network. All right, so let's get back to this. Okay, this works. We said this works. So the object enemy base is working correctly again. The object enemy jeep is working correctly. The object explosion. This was really clever what I did here, and I did this off camera. What happens is when the explosion object is created, and it only lives for 13 frames, but when it's created, it immediately creates an array, and then it sets an alarm for 13 frames later, which is when it destroys itself. Okay, in the step, which fires every frame 13 times total, it's going to cast a collision circle, and anything that gets hit by that collision circle, it's going to add to the array, and then it's going to check that array every frame to make sure it doesn't hit enemies this more than once, because it will. This allows it to hit every enemy that comes into range, but only one time. Emo Giraffe, any more now? Yes, that's correct. Most, well, no. Military is still back and forth between metric and imperial, but NASA has almost entirely switched to metric. But in 1969, when we put a man on the moon, we were measuring everything in feet. Los pies. I'm airing my wrist out. Who is yelling? Oh my god. I have such. Oh my god. Munchkin is a giant cat and he has the meow of a little mouse. Come here. I have an Egyptian for you to meet. Come here. Really? You're.
Are you hungry?
I'll bet he doesn't have any food, yeah.
It's the only time he screams at me.
He's straight losing his mind. Munchkin doesn't really like me. I don't. Okay. The wife is going to bring him.
Big boy.
Look here, buddy.
He's a big boy.
Meow.
Says this is not the food.
He's like, I want out. So this is the worst time of day for me because the sun comes through the window that's right behind my computer and it heats the room a lot. Like the room will change temperature several times and steadily get hotter and hotter and miserable. So give me 1 second. There we go. Strip some layers off here so I'm not so miserable. All right. The explosion's done. The tank is done. The tank turret is done. That's some enemies added to the game. Okay. but it's not all of them. We're going to finish this up. Just to get everybody trapped in.
There was food in every single bowl back there.
Just not full enough?
No, he just wanted to be hand delivered.
Oh. Well.
Also, the guinea pigs, I'm pretty sure, are going to have their own Boston Tea Party if I keep making them pay taxes on their food.
It depends on what field you're getting into, right? Like you said, you're a med student. My wife works at a hospital, and she was just telling me that the hospital she works at is switching everything over to metric now. So it may be less of a hurdle than you think, bud. Just get yourself a tape measure. Everything else will make sense after that. It won't. Not even close. Metric. Measure everything in tenths. Inches. Inches. We break it down into halves, quarters, eighths, sixteenths, and 30 seconds.
No.
What?
I don't know why men don't measure certain things in metric because the number would be bigger.
Because nobody would understand what it meant.
Don't touch me.
But now you've got me curious. So let's do inches to cm. We're gonna go 9.5. Wow.
See? You don't even have to say, like, oh, I'm rocking 24. Like Magnum used to do.
Yeah. Wow. That's pretty. That is an impressive number. I'll leave it to chat to figure out what that number's for.
So,
Gallon is like what, 2.3 liters or some shit? Liters in a gallon. 3.7 liters in a gallon. But realistically, right, you get used to this because it's not really about what a gallon is. It's about how long it lasts in your house, right? I go to the store and I buy a gallon of milk, and it lasts at most 2 days. That's it. So when I buy a gallon of milk, I didn't buy a gallon of milk. I bought 2 days worth of milk. And then I will have to go out and get another gallon or a half gallon, depending. And that's only because I have children, right? And children love cereal, so they eat milk and cereal quite often, usually for breakfast, sometimes for dinner. All right, so now I need to add, let's add a new enemy. So I've got tanks in, I've got enemy jeeps in. So we're going to add, I need to add hazards. So let's make another group. And one of the hazards that we have already set up is landmines. So we're going to make another group here as well. And we will create a sprite. This is SPR land underscore mine. We're going to import an image because I already have the image. And this is actually an animation. And it's kind of a neat thing with GameMaker, right? If you name your files correctly, it actually does a lot of the work for you. So this is landmine underscore strip 2.png. And what that, when you have strip and then a number, that tells GameMaker that the thing you're running or that you're importing is actually an animation. The number is how many frames of the animation, and the word strip just tells it that it's an animation. So you can say, you know, landmine strip 7 or whatever, and we'll break this up into seven pieces. It's pretty smart. So, and all it does is it oscillates colors just slightly enough to draw attention to itself, but not so much that it's overpowering. So we're going to add a collision mask to it. We're going to add eclipse. That's pretty good. Let me do manual. I want to make it a little bit. There we go. Perfect. Now, having the sprite added is just having the sprite added. We need to add an object that actually uses that sprite. And we will name this OBJ land mine. Okay. Now when we create the object, at creation time, we're going to say image underscore x scale equals 0.5 and image y scale equals 0.5. Alright, which allows me to add them to the game in full size. God damn it, I did it again. So we go into the sprite, and here I have to set the origin point to the middle center. There we go. Oh, that feels much better. Jesus. I hope it's not terribly noisy for chat with the fan blowing like directly on me. You do speak a little bit formally, but it's fine. You speak however you're comfortable speaking, okay? And anybody that's got an issue with that can eat my entire ass, and then yours. It's fine. I mean, when I say speak however you feel comfortably, obviously don't speak Egyptian because I don't speak that language. Yeah, I would imagine so, right? I am correct, right? Egyptian is a language. It isn't like a lost civilization anymore. It's Arabic. It's not Egyptian anymore. Okay. All right. I'm wrong. I learned something today. So did the wife. Awesome. But you know what I meant. I also don't speak Arabic. All right. Yeah. He said, we spoke Egyptian 7,000 years ago. Now, hold on now. You say things like that, you're going to get the Christians all in an uproar because the crazy Christians think that humanity is only 6,000 years old. I know. I'm going to... My chat's about to become a war zone. It's great. Some of my videos get people really up in arms. It's very funny. The universe is only 6,000 years old. What? Are you stupid? Fuck do you mean 6,000 years old? Yeah. Oh. Obviously, we are not religious people here. Like, that's not our thing. Alright, I need to set the room width, and this is a thing for the game. Like, this has to be permanently a thing. The room width must be double the viewport size. So the viewport is 640. Oh well, hang on. Yeah, the camera property is 640 wide. So 640 times 2 is 1024. But that doesn't feel right. No, it can't be right. 1280. It's 1280. Okay. Yeah, that looks better. Okay. Neat. Got it. Yeah, honey. I thought you called me.
Unless your name is Wheat.
It's not. Stop making fun of me. You are the rude. Whoa. Can we not talk about that live? Fuck. And then we'll this way. Shit.
My face hurts.
I mean, it's killing me. I mean, what? Why does your face hurt? I love you, sweetie. I do.
You're the second person today that I've explained that you don't love me.
Who's the first? Oh, never mind. Sorry I said anything. Jesus. It's been a bit of a day, chat.
No, like up here hurts right now, right eye. And I don't know if it's because crying or
Probably a little bit of everything, actually. I mean, the dental work probably hasn't made anything feel great, you know? Alright, we're going to move the player spawner. Oh, thank you, Dr. Chetta? I feel like your name is a troll. I don't know. Probably. Alright, so when I go back into the game now... Jesus. That's about how big they are. And I think I want to make them a tiny bit small. Oh. Well. What layer are they on? They're on the wrong layer. That's why. They should be on the enemy layer. And then I want to move the enemy layer down to under the player layer. Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense where it makes sense to do translations. Like there are some languages you just can't translate to. Shit. Okay, that's good. That's what I want to say. I want to see the Jeep actually cover the landmines before they explode. Okay. Well, we got ads. I'm sorry, what?
I'm coloring in sushi.
Sushi? Are you playing an idle game?
It's pixel art.
Oh, well, I mean, if you want to get good at pixel art, I need some pixel art.
I'm coloring.
FNAF, you have appeared.
I am in the wrong chat.
No, FNAF. She's coloring in pictures of sushi on a game on a tablet. Nobody is actually eating sushi.
I would like to eat some sushi, although my mouth hurts, so I can't really eat anything.
Your blood sugar doesn't really like sushi,
My blood sugar likes ice cream.
does it?
Yeah, I told Fred I wanted ice cream, so he sent me money for ice cream. It still requires me to leave the house.
Yeah, it's still 1.5 billion degrees outside.
I would like to DoorDash some ice cream, please.
I don't think that's possible.
Not in this. Oh, okay.
Wow, my green screen is wrecked because of how bright it is. So, fun fact about chromas: chromas only work on like you have to configure a chroma, the chroma key, and there's a certain tolerance that you can adjust, and if you make it too tolerant, it starts like keying other colors that you don't really want it to key. So, unfortunately, you have to deal with the shaky, flappy color thing up here. Nothing I can do about that. But it looks like I kind of have like a noisy cloud over my head.
You do.
Are you being 100% real with me right now, FNAF? Is that a fact?
What?
Hold on, I want to validate that it's real before I go talking about it. Apparently, where FNAF is right now, it is so fucking hot that the garbage bins outside are melting.
Gross.
That is ridiculous levels of heat. And like I know where you are, so that's well I kind of know where you are. That's crazy.
We are in a heat dome.
When you say melt, I assume you mean just like kind of folded and crumpled over themselves a little bit, like not actually turning into a puddle or anything. Wheels wedged up in them and shit. Gross. That's very funny.
My face is
All right. Okay, that's landmines actually added to the game. Let's work on their code. Okay. So when we create them, this happens. That's fine. Now the question is, I should probably add the code to this, not. Hmm. 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 All right, we're gonna do step. We're gonna use place. No, I can't use place meeting because then I won't have a reference to what was actually hit. Hmm. I guess I'll have to use collision point, I think. But really, it should be a collision circle. How big is that circle?
what's the matter, Munchie? Your ass get too hot sitting on me?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Half of that is 7. And then half of that is 3.5. So we're going to go with 4. And I have to change it to 4 because remember I shrink the size of the landmine by half here. So if I say var underscore hit equals collision circle at the x and y coordinate of the origin point of the object with a radius of 3, 4. We'll do 4. Colliding with object player 1 and object player 2. True for precision collisions and false for me. if underscore hit equals no one. Wait, no, not equals. No one. We're going to say create explosion at X, Y, and then the damage is global settings land mine damage, which doesn't actually exist yet. Give me that a second. We'll add that to right here. Land mine damage, and we're gonna make it 5 for now. The problem is I don't know how much health the player is going to have. Like, so it's kind of weird what I'm doing because it's an arcade game. If you get hit by an enemy, you die. Like your vessel explodes. But I want to have the concept of health because on the 5th level, like between the 4th and 5th level, and between the 8th and 9th level, there's going to be a mini boss fight where your health will be important. So I want to utilize the metric as much as I can to keep things consistent. And then we'll say instance destroy self ID. That's not how you spell destroy. There we go. So now, for now, when you run over the mines, they should just explode, but not actually do any real damage. Let's find out. Oh, that's good. That's really good. That's really good. I like that. Perfect. Okay. And that in a nutshell is landmines done. I mean, the only other prudent thing I could do is test it in 2-player mode, which I guess I could do. Yeah. Nice. Oh, shit. You have no idea how hard this is to do with 2 hands. So I'm manhandling my WASD keys with my left hand and my gamepad with my right hand to be able to move the second paddle around. That's gross. And again, I know that the enemies aren't actually able to kill me, and there's a good reason for that. For the purposes of testing the game, the enemy being able to blow you up makes testing difficult. So you add that part last. All right. All right. While there appears to be no one in chat, I'm gonna be right back and have a cigarette. Hey, chat. I'm gonna take a quick 20-minute break from stream. I gotta run to the store real quick. Um, Stuff came up. Anyway, I'll be back, and we'll be back to working on the game here real soon. So Hey, Chad, I'm back. Oh, oh my god, 1,000 bits. That's entirely too many bits. I wasn't even here. I was at the store getting ice cream for the wife. You're killing me. You're killing me. Fernando, are you still there? I saw you. You're not still there. Okay. How about here? No? All right. Jesus Christ. Really? It was only 10 minutes? Hey, I did good. Well, I mean, I like broke the sound barrier getting home, so. My poor truck. All right. I don't remember what I was working. I'm working on landmines. That's right. I'm working on landmines. No, no, landmines are technically done for now until I do the part where they kill you. Oh, yeah, Fernando is still here. He got dropped from the participators list because he was not typing. No, 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 Fernando. That's no pantsy, not no panties. Those are very different things.
My shirt covered my pants.
Oh, well.
Not that they can do that.
Oh. Interesting you said that as the wife joined the camera view there. All right. So, okay, that does it for these. All right, I've got jeeps, tanks, landmines. Um, okay, the next part is incredibly difficult. So, let's do a little bit of review. We come back to here. Let me just pause stream music real quick, and we'll play desktop audio. All right, this is Jackal for the Nintendo Entertainment System. This is a game I grew up playing. It has not detected my gamepad. Give me a second. We'll restart it. It is not detecting my gamepad. I need a different emulator. There is a way to do that here. It said it's supposed to support USB gamepad, but it doesn't. We'll switch to Neptune. Okay. There we go. Alright. This is the progress screen, and then we go back and we're actually into the game. So pretty quick, you can see the inspiration for my game. Hey, Goldfish. Yee. So one of the staples of this game is there's like soldiers everywhere, and getting the animations for the soldiers is gonna be tough. Like, not gonna lie. Like, I know they seem like it might be a simple thing, but they're very small, and getting really small things to look detailed enough to be believable is like ridiculously difficult. Alright, that's the last soldier. I believe I got them all. I'm not sure if that works in that chat, Fernando. It should. It's supposed to, but I've been having issues with Nightbot, and no, you're right. It definitely was a command. But Nightbot was acting really weird in YouTube. It's JAKAL, I believe. No, JACKAL. That's right. Cue boss music. Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, you got a goldfish. Cool. That was dumb. Hide user. Okay. Got two mods and none of them were paying attention. It's alright, I got it. Tundra rejoined the stream. That sound is an extra life. Ah, the old school NES sprite flicker. Yay, whoa. Fuck out of here. Okay. Dude. Oh, shit. Fuck you. God damn it. Whatever. It is wind sound, but it literally is a gigantic floor fan blowing directly on me. Bitch. I was doing so good dodging all those. Oh my god, stop. Oh, Jesus Christ, you distracted me. Oh. Eee. I played it, Fernando. I haven't responded to it yet, but I played it. It might be hard to hear over the game music.
There's no game music.
Really?
Yeah, he said there's no audio.
There should be. Hold on. Oh, what happened? What? I clipped my thumb button on my mouse and it went back. God damn it. Hold on.
Like 3 or 4 times.
That's annoying. No, it's not registering even in my desktop audio. It's just not there. Really? That's ridiculous. Okay. Well, it's not super that important because I'm not going to play it anymore now because now I'm annoyed. Um, wait a minute. Okay, yeah, no, if you didn't hear the TTS play and you're not hearing the game audio, something's wrong. 1 second. Huh. Properties. There. maybe that will. Give me just a second. You go back to streamer bot, action history. Right here is the TTS, right? Yeah. I'm gonna re-queue it and then play it.
LL Goldfish LL2 from Twitch says, wanna say two things. I don't want a key given from your medley. I would rather grind 250,000 key points for it. And second, the audio sounds like water drops in your ears, or when you're recording something on your phone and you're moving very fast like wind sounds.
Right, like I said before, the wind is literally fans blowing on me. I have a
I didn't hear the TTS.
yeah, because the desktop audio was hooked incorrectly. I don't know what it was tied to, and it wasn't tied to my headset like it's supposed to be. See, with OBS, it's a little bit weird how you set it up. It, for whatever reason, can't hook the HAL, which is the Windows hardware abstraction layer, where it can just figure out the right thing to do. You have to specifically set it to a device, and I don't. It gets skewed around constantly, and I don't know why. So the underwater thing is understood. That's because there are literally fans blowing on us. It is 1,000 degrees here, and it's miserable. And as far as the they're not called key points, god damn it. As far as the currency for the channel points, dude, there's no limit to that, right? Well, the only limit to that is that you can only redeem it once per stream per user. So you can't like hit me 4 or 5 times in one stream with a million or 1.25 million channel points, and get a whole bunch of Steam keys out of me at once. So you can only redeem it once per stream per user, but if you can keep redeeming them, and I'll keep giving you keys, like you earned them, right? So you don't have to wait. Like when I finish the game, you can have the key, and if you want to trade in channel points for another key, you can do that and give it to somebody you like or don't like or whatever.
Fernando did a TTS.
Oh, did he?
Fernando with Goldfish from Twitch says, honest question, what do you think of key sellers or key resellers like G2A or Penguin, etc.?
Depends. There are key distributors, right, that will work with you, and you can. And I don't remember the name of the one that Thor works with, but he's talked about them a few times. They're decent, and then there's people that just farm up keys and resell them for dirt cheap. They hurt business. Is what they do. Because what happens is they're usually involved in things like Plex farming and ETH, or botting, things like that. But anybody that's earning keys legitimately and wants to give them away, that's fine. You can't sell a key that I give you. Like you can't. I mean, you can. Nothing would technically stop you. But if I find out, I'll just void the key, right? And I can do that at any time. I can just void the key, and then you're fucked because now you got somebody that you sold a key to that cannot use their key, even if they've already redeemed it, right? And they download my game off of Steam, and I void their key. Their game doesn't work anymore. Period. And then they come back to you. So the TTS was probably really low. Hold on. We go to SpeakerBot.
I could barely hear it.
Yeah, I don't know why. Like TTS is not. Wait a minute. No, don't close it. Hang tight. I have this problem with SpeakerBot a lot. Yeah. And it's because okay, so here's what's actually happening, chat. My keyboard has a volume knob on the top of it right here. And when I spin that knob, and I use it a lot, it changes the master volume sound in Windows, which brings everything else down if it's currently above that. And I had to turn my music down earlier while I was doing something, and it ended up lowering the maximum volume of everything to include SpeakerBot. That's what's happening there. So, okay, I got ads coming.
TTS.
Yep. We'll wait on the TTS until
Do the TTS.
Nancy No Fancy from Twitch says, ads are coming.
there we go.
It's still really fucking
Really? It's
me.
explosive in my ears. It is incredibly loud. Yeah,
Torso.
yeah, yeah. My shirt has got a little bit of a green hue to it, so I'm a little bit of a floating head, but not quite. Like it depends on the hues. I'm sorry, hon. See, like it kind of shows my shirt, but kind of doesn't. You can kind of see Game Maker through it a little bit. No, I got the Thor though. I saw it. I didn't want to reference it. I'm not Thor. He's way cooler than me. All right.
I reported.
The Clockmaster thing.
I reported him for hate speech
Okay.
because he said KYS.
Oh, did he?
He said.
Oh, yeah, yeah. On 3 different lines. Yeah. Yep. The shirt says, "I can explain it to you, but I can't understand it for you."
Don't touch me, you're furry.
Okay. So anyway, the reason we got ads. 1 second. I'm gonna smoke. All right. Wait, what am I showing on stream? To wear green pants and show it on stream? No. No, we're not doing that.
You're wearing camo pants, short.
I am actually wearing camo pants.
The green in them do it too?
Some of it. Hold on. Not really.
Not green enough.
Well, like some parts yes, but some parts no. Because it's not green, it's green in like tan, khaki color. Yeah. That's funny. No, my socks are black. I don't wear red socks. My socks come in two colors, white and black. That is all. I don't do fancy socks. I don't do graphic socks. I don't do colorful socks. I'm a boring motherfucker. White and black. That's it. And honestly, my white socks are old, and as they get holes in them, I'm phasing them out and I'm wearing only black. Oh, yeah, no, she's wearing a blue sock and a red sock. She wears graphic socks.
Excuse you, sir. One sock is seafoam green and the other one is hot pink.
I'm sorry, her socks are hot pink and seafoam green, not red and blue. All right, getting back to the thing here. Anyway, the reason I was playing the game was to demonstrate that there are soldiers all over the map, and those soldiers are very small. Because remember, the texture size for Jackal is 16 by 16 pixels, and the little soldiers actually fit in that space. That's an incredibly difficult thing to do. So, I desperately need pixel art of little soldiers walking around. They only need to have three basic animations, right? And they really only need two quote unquote animations. They have their walking animation, they have their shooting animation, and then they have a standing animation, which is really just one frame. Right? You could do an idle animation of a person like standing there breathing, where they kind of bob up and down a little bit, you know, but it's not specifically necessary for what I'm doing. One frame of a person just standing there looking like they're standing, even if it's the middle of the walk animation, that's fine. I don't need a special idle animation. It's not for this project. Like if I was trying harder, or if I wanted this to be a game that I was selling for $40 or something, then yeah, no, it would be absolutely, everything needs to be clean, polished, and have really good aesthetics. But I'm not going to worry about it for a $10 game. It's just going to create more overhead and more work. Anyway, so that's that. And I am not able to locate anything I can use, even as a base for that, right? So like everything I get from opengameart.org. This is a very cool website if you're not familiar with it, where you can find sprite sheets, you can get graphics and images and backgrounds, tile sets, audio even, like these are audio for anything game related. But you are at the mercy of what's been uploaded, right? So I could type soldier in here, okay, and you're gonna get everything, right? So let's dial it down. I don't want 3D art. I don't need textures, okay, because textures are for 3D wraps. I don't need any sounds. I don't need documents, and I don't need music. We could do concept art and 2D art, right? So then I'll just research with that, and this is what I've got left. Here's one frame. This might be a thumbnail though. This looks pretty good. What's this? Oh, this is a rig. I don't know what this is made in. That's a cool piece of artwork. This wasn't. How old is this? Because I didn't see this last time I was here. Oh, just to clarify, I am not the author of the art. Going through OGA and I found this. I don't know if I can use this, but cool. Slow Gutter, I don't know what you said, but you made Nightbot really mad. Slow Run Gutter, sorry. There aren't very many things that'll set Nightbot off.
Did you get timed out?
Yeah, you got timed out for 5 seconds and his message was deleted. Nightbot is that you don't see Nightbot. Nightbot is a bot. It's a chat bot. It just scans chat, and it is technically a user in the chat. But you don't usually see it in the list. Yeah, 5 seconds is just to kind of, it's a warning basically. If you do whatever you did again, what did you say? Hold on, I can see the message. Hold on. God, stop. Oh, you said Sigma. That's what did it. And you said Skibbity. Don't say that. Those two words make Nightbot very angry. Yep. We don't do brain rot here. This my chat is for intelligent conversation, not for Gen Z brain rot and garbage. Correct. You cannot say those names. Anyway. So this makes it easy to animate in Unity. I'm not using Unity. And I don't want to try to rig it, like, not for what I'm going to use it for. If this was a main character, like in a platformer or something like something akin to like Russian Attack or something for Nintendo, I could see how this would be useful, but not so much for what I'm going to be doing with it. What do we got here? I think I actually have this one. I do have this one. No. I'm not working on a soldier game. I'll show you what I'm working on. This is a action arcade shooter. So you have a machine gun. There are landmines to avoid. You throw grenades. And you have the all-powerful bazooka. So, this is just a demo level, though, for testing purposes. So I can implement features into the game. And right now, I'm looking at ways I can add little soldiers that walk around and shoot at you. But I'm not much of an artist, like, so, I mean, by all means, make your request. We'll see what happens there. These are frog soldiers. As funny as that is, no. No. I'm not adding anything that is specifically copywritten or has an actual existence in the world. Remember that war games like this can be inflammatory for certain regions. which is why like you can't. Do you play Mega Man? Does anybody here know who Mega Man is? Let's see if I can find it. Mega Man, Mega Man. Okay, I believe it was Mega Man 5. Okay, that has one of the bosses in the game is Napalm Man. Okay, I think it's 5. It might be 6. I don't remember. But Napalm Man. Okay, obviously he is a fire wielding robot master that you have to defeat. Seems pretty straightforward. However, that version of Mega Man is banned in Vietnam for the very obvious reference. So I will not be referencing anything that actually exists in the real world. My tank model for the game is kind of like loosely based on an Abrams tank, but that's a US tank. Like that'll be fine. And it's only loosely based on, it's not a real recreation of. So there'll be no, like, I'm not going to put like a Sherman in there or the Mouse or any, you know, or a Panzer. I'm not going to try to pronounce the rest of that because I can't, because I'm not German. What about cops? I can't even tell what's supposed to be happening here. Alright, but, what about you? So I don't need specifically a sprite of soldiers running. I need a sprite of anything running, and I can recolor it in Photoshop so that it looks like a little soldier. I'm guessing this is just a. Let's look at this thing. Assets.zip. Documents. Not documents. Not in document. Oh yeah, my shared stuff is in documents. That's right. GameMaker 2, shared assets. That's what I thought I'd find. Okay. Different running animations. Okay, cool. So I can open these all separately in Photoshop. Copy. Paste. Let's open Photoshop. Why would you do that, Fernando? Because he can what? He's asking if he should import his Twitch cookies and give them the Goldie, which just functionally just log him in as Fernando. I. Oh. I don't know what drums you're talking about. You're saying like he can hear the drums, and I'm thinking of the Master from Doctor Who. What?
The ABBA song.
I don't know what song you're talking about.
Can you hear the drums, man?
Hey, this looks pretty soldiery. And we're standing, but we're whatever is happening here. And they're just running. There's no standing still. Except for this disaster that I don't know what's happening here, but it looks terrible. And they all have it. Like, is that supposed to be like a dying animation? Yeah, that person's melting. Okay. And we're riding some sort of jet skateboard or something here. Hoverboard. Very Back to the Future-y. Oh, yeah. Okay, this is not super handy either. Like, this one is okay. We'll keep that one aside for now. Because I'm not very good at making pixel art. I was using a cheat sheet for that. Which is functionally what I'm trying to do here, right? I'm looking for an animation that I can use, and I'll just recolor it. No, Goldfish. No, I will not. Like, not in the foreseeable future, right? Like, it could get open sourced, but I would have to have, like, at that point, it has to be of no value to me anymore as a product. Then I will open source it, and if somebody else wants to, I don't know, add a modding API or some shit, they can. But I have no plans of doing that. Okay, we got a fat guy here. Pretty much. Again, this stuff happening on the right side here, this is a little bit weird, but here we have standing animations. I could probably utilize this. Probably. Alright, so we're going to minimize this, and I'm going to close this one because this one's definitely better. And then this is the same deal. I don't know why everything's twice. Oh, they're different sizes. Okay. I see. Cool. Well, we only want the big ones because they're 32 by 32 pixels as opposed to 16 by 16. 32 by 32 is what the tile map is. Oh, this is even better because this isn't a fat guy. They're going to be harder to do. They're more pixels. Alright, we got a ninja person here or something, or a guy in a tracksuit or some shit. Or power armor? Ooh. I actually like the power armor. Okay, we're going to go with that because I can recolor the power armor. And then I can story it into the game. Okay, cool. Alright, we're going with power armor, chat. Alright. Bingo. Power armor. Okay. This is what we're going to do. Yeah, Pirate Software's been streaming. He's doing a 14-hour stream today. Oh, is he? Oh, okay. Oh, right. Yeah, that's right. He's doing the Twitch Rivals. Yep. Oh, his own Rivals? Oh, right. Yeah. That's right, because he's doing that deal with Off-Brand Publishing. That's very cool. He said that he might do his own publishing company if he sees things are constantly, like, say, out of control. But then Off-Brand came out with what they're doing, and he decided it's easier to partner with them. I mean, good for him, because he's got enough shit going on. He doesn't need to worry about a publishing company, too. All right, we don't need the last bit of this, so we're going to come to right here. All right, and I need to find out where I stand. It's going to be 512. So that's 515, 14, 13, 12, right to the end of the gun. Perfect. All right. So I want that guide there so I could take this. Actually, I don't even need to do that, right? I can go right to image, canvas size, move this, and I can change the width to 512, and I hit OK, and yep, it's gonna clip it. Perfect. Okay, so now the strip is exactly what I need. So now we'll come into here. This is why you leave your rulers on, by the way, chat. You can grab the rulers, you can pull them out. Oh, I lied. These are actually 64 by 64. So the resolution's a little bit higher, but that's okay. It'll scale. It'll be fine. 64 pixels. It's not going to be there. 128. I need to change my grid color because I can barely see it on the background. So we go to edit, preference it, not menus. Oh my God. Edit, preferences. These are guides, I believe. We're going to change it from here. We're going to make it like a deeper blue. There we go. Okay, now I can see it. $128. 196. Or is it 192? I think it's 192. Yeah, because it's right to the edge of the gun. I'm dumb. God, I'm fucking dumb sometimes. So watch this, chat. If I go to preferences, units and rulers, nope. Nope. Grids, right? Grid line every 64 pixels, right? We can make this the same, like darkish blue, so I can see it. I hit OK. I go to view, show, grid. Oh look, there's the rest of the grid. I no longer need all of this. I completely forgot I could do that. Okay. No, Fernando. I'm not making you a mod. What do you mean I didn't count Nancy?
We've got ads.
I wasn't fully paying attention. I don't know what happened in chat. Goldfish said I didn't count you, and I don't know why. But what's this about? Yeah, I mean, accurate. Yeah, I'm dumb sometimes. Alright, so this is the run right. This is run left. This is... Oh, I see. This is standing right, standing left. Okay. Okay, 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 okay. 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 This does look very, um, what's the word? Um, platformy. Like, this looks like a platform character. Nancy's a viewer. What do you mean Nancy doesn't count as a viewer? She's a viewer.
They always say I don't count.
I mean, it says I only have 2 viewers, so something's fucked up because I got 2 of you in chat here and I only have 2 viewers. So I find it interesting that both of you said exactly the same thing with the exact same punctuation. I hear her. 1 second, chat. Rain! All right. Speaking of copy paste, we're going to copy that. We're going to create a new. Actually, I don't really need to, right? I could just take this, hold Control, move it over to here. Okay. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. So we're gonna use the crop tool. I'm gonna come out another 64 pixels. Right, then we're gonna do this one. Run left. This one. Run right. Or walk, stand right. Okay. Now we're gonna crop this off. I still don't like it, but we're gonna crop it the other way now. And I'm actually gonna move those to the other side. And then crop it off again. This way. Okay. Now I'm gonna split it. New. $12 plus 64 makes this 6, and this 7. Yeah, 570. Okay. And then we paste it, or not. Control copy, paste. With the recenter them a little bit. Okay. And this is technically all I need, right? Because if I want the character to stand the other way, I can just flip the sprite. I can invert it on its x-axis. Same thing for running. So save as. We're going to call this PNG. This is soldier armor run strip 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Strip 9. Okay. Now, go back into Game Maker. And I'm going to import the sprite as an enemy. No, I have not Goldfish. Kinto Pet. I don't know that game. We're going to import soldier. And because I imported it with that strip 9 on the end of the name, it automatically knows that it's an animation. it looks like this is taking off. This is like the launch animation, and then it repeats at frame 2. Or is it 3? It's 3. Okay. So these two are the taking off animation. This is or the transition between standing and running. Okay, I can code that. That's not a problem. So we're going to call this sprite soldier red. Collision. Precise. Precise per frame. There we go. Okay. Neat. That's kind of neat. I'm going to check that out in a second. That actually sounds really cool. Okay, and then we have to set this to the middle center. Okay. Now we're going to create an object for enemies. We're going to create a soldier folder. And then we're going to create object. Object soldier red. And we're going to use the sprite. Enemy soldier enemy. Okay. Well, let me go check that out on Steam. You said it was Kinto Project? Kinto Pet. Good evening, Dr. Falcon. Oh, it's Daisy, sung by the IBM machine. Nice. That was fucking seizure-inducing. The old Windows stuffs. Lawless bootloader running in reverse. Well done. The trailer doesn't give a lot away, for sure, but reviews, very positive. That's good. How much is it? 26 bucks is a bit out of my range at the moment, but this looks cute. His leg's so long. Dude does have a set of legs, doesn't he? Look at them things. Literally the epitome of leg all the way up to his neck. No, I don't want to check out the gameplay. If it's this good, this is something I might want to add to my library and play it. And I wouldn't want to ruin it by looking at gameplay. Yeah, I've never played Bonsai Buddy either. Like I don't know what that is. I assume something along the same similar, you know. All right, let's go to the thing. All right, we're gonna add our new soldier directly to the game. Yeah, that's huge compared to the Jeep. So we're gonna shrink that by half right off. Like image x scale equals 0.5, and image y scale equals 0.5. Now let's move it a little further down so that I can easily see it from when I start the game. I think I'm going to make it a tiny bit smaller. I don't really like doing non-powers of 2, but yeah, that's good. Okay. I can deal with that. So, we're going to say, what is it? Sprite? No. Image speed is 0, right? That way it doesn't animate. Perfect. Now it just stands there. Okay. Oh, it's malicious. Oh, that's shit. It's $6 for the game? Not. I got it wrong. What was I looking at? Like a whole bundle? Is that what was happening there? I was looking at the whole bundle. It's $5.99. All right. Still not gonna get it right now, but I'm gonna add it to my wish list. Follow this. This looks cool. All right. Okay. Let's go here. Let's set some base rules real quick. We're gonna say enemy soldier red speed is 0.3. Enemy soldier red turn timer equals every 70 frames. It's a little bit slower than once a second. Enemy soldier red bullet speed is we're gonna make his bullets travel really slowly, so we're gonna say 1.4. Enemy soldier red bullet damage equals step, because we always need a step. Now, slightly different with this is the way that the sprite is handled. All of the other sprites in the game, I can rotate according to their direction. So if they point at, at coordinate 270, I can just rotate the image to match that because everything's top down. This is a little bit different because it's more of a platformer style model. I have to invert the sprite on its x-axis, basically flip X, and based on what direction he's facing. So if it's and the problem is the way the unit circle works. It's not as easy as just doing it as greater than less than 0, because the left right is actually on 90 and 180, or not 180, 90 and 270. So the unit circle looks like this. This point right here is 0. This point right here is 90 degrees. This point here is 180. And this point here is 270. So how do I know when he's facing this way or this way? Now I could say if we are less than 90 or greater than 270, then I'm facing right. And if I'm greater than 90 or less than 270, I'm facing left. And if it happens to equal either of those two values, then just hold whatever direction it was looking, because it won't matter. But I don't like that. That's messy as shit looking code. Right? So I could calculate the direction he wants to go in, right? And then use angle difference from straight up to find out what I get, right? And it'll return this value. Or if you're going this way, it will return this value as a negative number. I could do that. That would tell me left or right, for sure. Unless he wants to go straight down, in which case it won't matter. The likelihood of that situation coming up is pretty piss poor. And we got ads. Alright, we're going to do that. That should do it. It's kind of a rudimentary thing, and I'm not going to leave it that way because I don't like the idea of using a string to store variables. But it'll at least get me some debug data out, right? Okay. This is a lot more complicated. Alright, so let's figure out what we want this thing to do, right? Essentially, soldiers have two modes. They either walk around and shoot at you, or they're in sentry mode, where they just don't move and they shoot at you. I could create two different objects for that. I could. Oh, you know what? I forgot to restart the fucking music, guys. I don't think I want to do it that way. In the demo version of the game, they're the same object. I just have a flag in there that says is sentry. Right? And if that's set to true, we just skip the move function. All right. We're going to calculate move. This actually returns probably a direction. Okay. Oh, you know what? I don't have a target. Target equals no one. And I need activated. So activating is this interesting little trick I use for every enemy in the game, right? So in the first, one of the first things as part of step, this fires every frame. I say if not activated, which reminds me, I also need a function here. Activate. Which just sets it to true, but I can also stick other stuff in there if I need to, which is why I do a function. I can say, do I have an activation range on this? I don't, but I'm about to. Enemy, soldier, red, activation range. And we'll make the activation range about mid, so 170. So we say is var hit equals collision circle on X, Y, global settings, enemy, soldier, red, activation range. Why is that mad? Okay, it gets mad about these globals things that I'm doing for some reason. I don't know why. But we're going to collide with an array of objects, and then that is true for precision, true for not me. And then then in here we'll say object player 1, object player 2. Okay. So that casts a collision circle out 170 pixels away from the soldier itself. And if that collision circle touches the players, either of the players, it will fill hit with an instance ID of whatever it touched. So we can ask if hit not equal no one, that means it hit a player, because it will only ever trigger if it touches something in this array. I'll say target equals hit. And then I will say activate there we go. Alarm set 0. Global settings, enemy, soldier, red, turn timer. It's really mad about this for some reason. Like there's something wrong with this. And it's probably just the size of it. It probably gets confused. Because it's a pretty big struct. Alright, so now let's build alarm 1. Or alarm 0, I should say. So in alarm 0, we're going to choose whether we want to fire or attack and fire, but that's going to depend, right? If is sentry, fire, else, choose, can I put function references in here? Probably not. Um, 0, 1, var c equals if c equals 0, then we're going to shoot, and no, not shoot, we're going to fire, else we're going to move, then fire. So let's stub those. All right. All right. So when we move, the first thing we have to do is var direction equals calculate move. All right, let's var direction to move in is angle difference between x, y, target x, target y, oh, not angle difference, point direction, x, y, target x, target y. Okay, that gives me the direction of the current target versus the soldier. If target equals no one, return. That'll prevent this from failing and crashing. All right. I do not want the soldier to ever walk straight up or straight down because the running animation will look wonky as shit. So, I'm going to force the character to run in one of 6 directions. Which is left, right, up, right, and down, left, down, right. That's it. Alright, so we're going to wrap this in point to 8-way movement. No, I spelled it wrong. No wonder. To 8-way direction. This is a function I wrote myself. Point to 8-way direction. It lives in this script here. And it does some really interesting stuff based on your current direction. So you feed it a direction and it will convert that direction based on where it lives to return some increment of 45. Okay, if dir equals 90 or dir equals 270, and because I use point to 8-way direction, I know it will be, if it's going up or down, it will absolutely hit it. It's not going to be a little off or anything. We can say dir plus equals choose (45, minus 45). And choose will return one of the values that are in it. And you could put more than 2 values in it if you want, but I don't need more than 2 here. And then I can just say direction equals dir. Actually, I don't. I return that from this. So I say return dir. Because this gets called by this function. Okay. And once again, if target equals no one, return. To prevent this function being called from a time it should not be called. It shouldn't, because it should only fire from the alarms, which only start after the object's activated, but you never know. It takes something getting blown up, or like the player dying doing something else, and their sprite is off screen for a few frames, and the object will cease to exist, and it'll confuse the script, and it'll die. Which I've seen numerous times. In fact, it's not known, but the demo of the game doesn't actually kill the player when you get attacked and your Jeep explodes. What happens is I make the Jeep invisible. And I wait a few frames before I redisplay it a little bit further down. And I just de-increment your life, which is a perfectly valid way to go about it. But I did it as a working hack because so many other things were depending on the Jeep's object instance actually being there, or it was causing the game to crash repeatedly. All right, so now I have a direction. I just need to set this. So I just need to. I don't actually need to set this as well. I could say, oh wait, no, I do. Var dir Oh wait, no. At this point, it should actually be okay. So I could just say direction equals, and then I could just say speed equals global settings enemy soldier red move speed. That's gonna be mad because it's not called move speed, is it? Oh, it doesn't even. It's just speed. Make it move speed. Everything else is move speed, so we're gonna be consistent here. All right, and that will
Ready for bed.
function stop moving speed equals 0.
Ready to go?
I'll be right back, chat. Hey, sorry, chat. I'm gonna have to wrap this up early tonight. I mean, I started really early too. But I got some stuff going on. I gotta go handle that. So we'll pick this up tomorrow night. Good night.